See, Priya, this monster, while he had already killed his living partner, was enjoying his life. He took out the money which was there in the bank account of Shraddha. I'm sorry. And he started using and spending the money on these online delivery apps. He was ordering these, expensive food items and the tea from online instead of making them. He had a time to clean the house, but he did not have time to make food. He had all the time to chop the body of Shraddha into pieces, but he did not have any time to make food for himself. And the money which he was using, Priya, that was the money which was taken out from the bank account of Shraddha. So you can imagine what kind of person he was, and these are one of the evidences which shows that how the order was booked under his name.
Right, stay with me because Meghna now joins me from the newsroom. She has that particular bill with her. Meghna, what date is it from? Is it from the day of murder?
Well, yes, that is why we haven't been able to ascertain what are the exact dates, but the 4 bills that we have goes to show and corroborate with what the neighbors have been saying as well as what he has allegedly confessed. Now, as per the sources in the police, they say that this is, for example, one of the bills that we managed to access, that he has been ordering in food, and these are the foods that there are elaichi chai that he had ordered. In addition to that, there are other bills as well that Times Now has managed to access. Now, what's interesting in all of this is because he has said that while he was chopping up the body, he would get hungry. Allegedly, in the middle of chopping up the body, he'd take a break to smoke, to drink liquor, to order in food. While he was chopping up the body, there were delivery men who were coming in to give him food. He would eat the food. When he'd feel sleepy, he'd also catch a nap. This in the middle of him chopping up the body of someone who at one point at least he had claimed to have loved, that he was living in with. This is another one of the bills. Look at what all he's been ordering. This gives you a sense of the diabolical mind that one would happen to chop up a body and to be ordering in food and to be enjoying a lunch and a dinner as well. So you have mild tea, there is a burger that he had, also classic chicken. So he has been ordering in chicken as well as burger and chai, so on and so forth. There are 4 such bills that we've managed to access, which on the whole show that this man was actually ordering in, and that is why it gives us a sense of the diabolical mind of a monster.
Right, Priyank, which basically goes on to show that life went on as usual for Aaftab even after he had murdered somebody in such a heinous manner. And this is not normal. Anybody who would generally speaking, one would think that if they have committed something, and if it were a crime of passion committed in a fit of rage, would have some kind of remorse, would think twice before going on with his life as normal. But these bills only go on to add to the narrative that is already there. He was on other dating apps, he was bringing other females also allegedly home, he was ordering food, enjoying life as usual.
Yes, Priya, you are absolutely right, because you're talking about a person who killed his living partner in a cold-blooded murder pattern. He was not the one who was having any kind of remorse. Even while he was cutting the body into several pieces, this is what he has told to interrogators, that he did not have any kind of remorse and he kept on continuing his normal life. There have been a series of incidents which we have seen in our past, that how these killers go back to their normal life and they enjoy it normally, so that no one can have any kind of suspicion on them. He went back to working, so this person did not have of facing people. He wanted to portray himself as a normal human being. Fortunately, he was arrested on the complaint of the father by the Delhi police. Although he had managed to befool the Maharashtra police officials he did not confess any kind of involvement in the missing Shraddha complaint which was given by the family member. So look at the pattern, look at the manner in which this man has been doing. Certainly, this is a case which should be considered in the rarest of the rare case pattern. These things will certainly try to be a point which will prove this point before the court, that we are talking about a monster who has committed this kind of crime, but he still continued his normal life. The only missing factor before the police official is more corroboratory and more clear cut of evidence, so that the point can be proven before the court of law.
Amika and Akanksha are also with us on this broadcast right now, even as we decode bit by bit what really went into this. But Nyamika, if I could bring you in, whatever we have managed to access in terms of information is primarily based on what we have been told by Aaftab. And while most of the people believe that he is the lead accused in the murder of Shraddha, and probably the only one, that fact cannot be said unequivocally. Tell our viewers what really have been the loopholes, what are the missing pieces in this puzzle that the police is looking to establish, to fill in, and which is why they will also be citing for an extension of his police remand when the court convenes in about 5 minutes from now.
Well, as per all the information which we have got and the confessions that are being made by Aftab, it is being clearly seen that he is basically playing with his statements. He is trying to mislead the police during this investigation which are taking place in this Shraddha murder case, and that is the reason why the Delhi police is also not being able to find substantial evidence in this murder case, as from the past 3 days there are search operations that were being conducted in the Mehrauli forest area, and as of now only 10 body parts have been found, as Aftab has chopped the body of Shraddha in 35 pieces. But out of that the main thing which needs to be found out by the Delhi police is the skull of Shraddha, and that is what they are not being able to trace down in this dense forest area. And I would also like to show you, I would also like to ask my camera person to pan the camera and show that this is a lake area, and you can see in the visuals as well that it would be really difficult for any of the person to find any such evidence out of here, because you can see that there are huge trees which are also being here. This is a very deep lake, and also the entire forest is a very dense forest area, so it would be really difficult for the Delhi police officials as well to find all these evidences, because the area which was being confessed by Aftab that he had thrown all these body parts of Shraddha after being chopped down, he had also mentioned that he had only thrown those pieces which can be decomposed very easily. So that is the most crucial thing in this investigation which is being conducted by the Delhi police, because he has also confessed that he has thrown the finger.
Right. Nyamika, sorry for interrupting you, but Aftab has been telling the police that he doesn't remember where exactly did he throw the body parts, because it was in the middle of the night that he was traversing this area. You just told us it is a dense forest, so the chances of there being a CCTV installed inside or the footage being accessible 6 months after that has happened only makes the police's task more difficult. How are the cops planning to overcome these hurdles? And for all you know, he might be lying to them and misleading them.
Well, absolutely. Certainly, because this is the most challenging part as well, because 6 months have gone by and even the records of CCTV is not being there, and also it is really difficult to find any of these evidence in such kind of area, because Aftab has also clearly mentioned that he has forgotten that where he had thrown all these pieces of Shraddha's body, because as you can see in the visuals as well that there are huge trees all across this its entire area. There is a lake, and he used to come here during the night time, so he has said to the police that he had completely forgotten that at which area he had thrown all these pieces.